and Carrington coming from Brooklyn. They have almost completely opposite backgrounds, guys.
Goes to show that great talent and great players can come from anywhere. What Carrington and MP both have in common is a willingness to compete and a love for the game of basketball.
And it's High Flyers with the ball. Puts up a three. Good. And that assist goes to Mills.
It's like Mills has a sixth sense when he's got a teammate open, like when I see snacks on the pregame table.
2 minutes remaining.
Martinez outside.
2 minutes.
Pass to Olsen. Outside Pagan. Carrington. And they waste no time getting those 3 points right back.
These two just going right at each other from deep.
A little bit of one-on-one action we've gotten on our hands here.
MP with the bucket.
And he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. So effective at this point.
Outside Pagan. Off target with the three. The High Flyers dictating the flow. Outside MP. And the High Flyers, another triple.
They've been playing a very sound offensive game in the first half of action.
Yeah, the numbers back it up. They've been much better shooting tonight.
Now here's Martinez. 6 on the shot clock. For three. The High Flyers grab the miss.
Yo, match up on MP.
MP outside. Expanding his range. And another three for the Flyers. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Robinson screen. Kicks it to Pagan. Martinez. Out to the wing. Robinson from beyond the arc. Here's Carrington. And he banks in the layup.
He sure is a grinder on the floor. He's constantly doing the little things well on the glass.
So as we conclude the first half of play, a fairly one-sided affair thus far. High Flyers lead this one, delivering the blowout. And we'll return right after this break. Welcome back, everybody. The High Flyers and the attack from Sac gearing up for the second half action in West Coast Basketball League. And in the back of the mind, for many of these prospects, they're aware that this is a tryout of sorts for the WCBL All-Star team.
Well, to land a spot on that stacked roster, I mean, that's an incredible opportunity and a great way to get exposure to top programs. But again, it's not all about the stats. It's about outperforming the other star prospects and doing things that set you apart from the crowd.
With authority, Lund just hammering down the slam.
Outside O'Neal. Mills. Good. The assist goes to O'Neal.
Yes, he is shooting the ball well, but has not shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the better the chance to stretch the lead.
Lund, defended now by Callahan. Lund misses.
I'll tell you what, that's one he wants back.
It was high percentage, but it wasn't going that time.
From deep, it's MP. And the High Flyers, another triple.
It's been a parade of threes from them ever since halftime.
Yeah, we know what they were talking about during the break. They've been dialed in from deep.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. Lets the three fly. And Mills comes up with the board. Now the High Flyers with it. Here's MP. And MP throws it down.
And what a run they're having. They simply can't miss right now.
Seriously, this is amazing. Everything they're putting up is going down.
Here's Lund. Here's Carrington. And the jam by Carrington. Well, his ability to defend and shoot, there is a lot to like about Drexel Carrington. No surprise he's ranked 112 on the 2K U250.
You look at how Carrington has grown the last few years, and his court vision has only seemed to grow with him. If he can continue this trend over the next few years, he could be one of the best in the class.
On the wing, it's Martinez. Outside, Pagan. Lund. Shot over Callahan. They get the board. Carrington. Got it to go. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Look at Carrington picking up the slack, getting involved on the glass, and finding them a second chance shot.
Now MP. Non-stop scoring machine here.
Their shooting percentage just keeps improving here in the second half.
Well, they've done a great job sharing the ball. Good teamwork typically does result in high percentage shots.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Illegal screens are some of the hardest calls officials have to make.
Yeah, it's often so close, and you can really rule it either way.
Substitution for high flyers.
MP on the left side. And the dunk by MP.
He's the leading scorer in the game and has been the dominant figure today, no doubt.
Now here's Martinez. He's tightly guarded. Clock at 6. Lund. There's the triple. Martinez can't get it to go. Well, guys, we talked a lot about both of them coming into this match, but MP is having a much bigger impact so far in this one than Carrington.
He is. He's been the more aggressive player so far. MP isn't waiting for chances to come to him. He's making things happen whenever he's involved in a play, and I like what I'm seeing from this kid.
To the inside. And Lund slams it in.
What a pass from Pagan. Wow, he made that basket possible, and his bench, they're showing their appreciation.
And it's High Flyers with the ball. From deep, it's MP. That one's off. And it's Sack's ball. On the wing, it's Martinez. No good on the triple.
The offensive execution got him a wide open look.
MP with the look. And the dunk by MP.
With the simple one-handed flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going in with the spike.
That's what it looked like, Joe. He was on his way up right there.
Now here's Lund. He's got 6. Martinez outside. Jumper over MP. Tries again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots coming.
First team foul.
And he makes the first. And a new group getting ready for sack.
4-2.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. MP outside. Shoots a 3. Drills it from deep.
He's got a lot of firepower right now. Man. What a half he's having.
On offense, here's Sack.
Yeah, let's do this again.
It's stolen. And here comes the break. The pull-up. Offensive rebounds. Yep, count it.
Basket.
And a heads-up play there to read the bounds and capitalize on that second opportunity.
And it's Sack with the ball. Here's Carrington. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul.
Oh, such a tough customer. Carrington takes on all comers.
Attack from Sack, call time here. And guys, what do you think?
And they're going to try to come up with a good play. Here.
Yeah, they should. They're not going to get too many more chances.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock here. Kicks it to Pagan.
Yo, watch him.
Carrington, guarded by MP. Outside Carrington with 4 to shoot. Yep, that one goes.
Clocking in, putting that body to work. Lund set an effective screen and then got himself into scoring position.
On the wing, it's MP. Off target. So it's the High Flyers winning this one easily.
Well, I thought the most interesting...
We'll catch up in a second, all right? MP. Hey. Great game, man. Hey.
WCBL action coming your way right here on 2K Sports. Good evening, everyone, and welcome in. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. We've got the Union Elite against the High Flyers in a showdown.
Well, both of these teams have had a strong showing this season, and I'm looking forward to seeing the stars of their respective teams, MP and Brandon Harris.
And for the High Flyers, MP and Mills leading the way. Not only can they both play, but they've got some great personality there as well.
Something about both of them just oozes star power. And none of that will matter once they get on the court. They'll have to let their game do the talking tonight. Well, the drama setting the scene for tonight's game. It's MP going up against the team he didn't pick when he joined the club circuit.
And taking the floor for Union Elite, it'll be Loon Diaz running the show from the point. Mitch Mitchell's at the off guard. Bird will be playing in the wing role. And the always dangerous Brandon Harris at power forward. Finally, Drew Robert holding down the center spot. And for the High Flyers, we have Devontae Mills and MP manning the backcourt. Nathan O'Neill and Ben Gove up front alongside Liam Callahan. Now Harris. The High Flyers grab the miss. Coach Weber and Coach Troy both thought MP was destined for their rosters.
Well, look, he couldn't play for both of them. So at the end of the day, he had to make a business decision. No animosity, but I'm sure this team would like to prove to MP that he made the wrong choice.
And the star for this Union Elite team is Brandon Harris, a fantastic big man who can score from anywhere.
Harris is one of the most efficient and focused players you'll find on the court. And it's funny, I actually think MP would have complemented Harris's game perfectly if MP had chosen Union Elite.
We often talk about bigs that you can rely on down in the paint, and Harris is always somebody in our conversation.
MP, no good.
Nearly got a finger to that shot on the block attempt.
His activity was just as effective as the block. Made him completely change his release point and caused the miss.
Now Harris. And it's Harris slamming it home.
Yes, sir. Get up, Brandon Harris.
MP outside. From past the arc. Yes, that one's good. Mills picking up the assist. And over the course of this WCBL season, we've seen some great growth from MP.
Indeed, there's been a level of maturity that's come along with his game, not only with his footwork and his basketball IQ, but with how he really carries himself.
He is a gritty player, guys. Even giving away some inches, he can still win the rebound battle. From 17 feet out, and the basket is good. A bank shot that time.
They're off to a scorching start offensively.
They've taken this game by the reins and are running out to an early lead.
Now here's Mitchell, covered by MP. Here's the teardrop. And Harris gets it to go.
Good decision-making right there by Mitchell, showing how unselfish he can be with passes like this.
The High Flyers with the lead. And here's MP on the outside. And the High Flyers, another triple.
They've built quite the lead for themselves early on.
Yeah, and just an impressive all-around performance from the get-go.
And as we've mentioned earlier, a bit of a vendetta of sorts against MP in this one, albeit it's in good spirits. But in games like this, tensions can run high, especially early on.
And hopefully no one's trying to make a point and let it get out of hand here. Emotions might be elevated, but prove your point on the court with your play.
Trying his luck from deep. Yes, once again, he's an excellent 7 for 8 on the night.
And right now, he is flat out feeling it from beyond the arc.
No gloves, just the hot hand, and they'd be smart to keep riding that.
Now here's Diaz. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Bird shoots the three. That falls. What a feed that time from Diaz.
And it's Bird with the answer. A three of his own, clapping right back.
And here's MP on the outside. And another three for the Flyers.
And that's what's built them this early lead. Killer shooting from beyond the arc.
And the D needs to recognize that. Get out there on those shooters. Pronto.
Now here's Harris. Here's Diaz. Jacks up a three. Gove with the rebound. And as always, this is a game that will feature a crowd full of scouts.
Well, to no one's surprise, MP has certainly turned some heads with his play this season. But I imagine they're also here to check out Mills and Harris.
And he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. So effective at this point.
And lots of contact there, missing the shot, and will shoot two. It's on Ben Gove.
Guys, there's so many things to like about Harris. The biggest attribute might be his ability to guard multiple positions, and he can score like a machine.
And he knocks down the first one. He's perfect so far from the line. Here's the high Flyers. MP outside. Again, the high Flyers. And even though a lot of these players are competing against each other, odds are at some point they'll be teammates down the line.
Yeah, that's true, and it could be in the NBA or any number of leagues overseas. The fact is, not everyone's going to make it. But those who do will know each other from their experience here.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. Pass now to Harris. Now Pagan. Clock at 6. Back to Harris. That shot off the mark. The high Flyers dictating the flow. MP with the rock. Guarded now by Pagan. Pulls up on the wing. And the high Flyers tack on 2 more.
This team showed up to send a message, and they're trying to end this game right now.
Yeah, you have to appreciate their effort at both ends. They've been relentless, and they've been impressive.
Here's Kolish. Kicks it to Pagan. Union Elite again can't hit it. And you look at both of these teams, some great depth out there.
And with the amount of games that can be played in such a short period, depth is key for these teams. No surprise to see these rosters have the success they've had.
I'd like to paint a picture here because his shooting chart is beautiful. Lots of good shots all around the floor.
Here's Kolish. Lets it go from deep. Dunn brings it down. Fast break. Here we go. On the wing, it's MP. Pagan defending. MP with the bucket.
They've been playing a very sound offensive game in the first half of action.
Yeah, the numbers back it up. They've been much better shooting tonight.
Offense has been clicking lately. Might want to mix things up.
Their mojo is gone. They need a basket just to regain some confidence.
Back to Pagan. Shot to end the cold run. Hauled in by high Flyers. And as we've watched all of these players over the course of the season, you can see what they've really added to their individual games.
Well, the focus for each of these teams show is to try and get the most out of each one of these players. They've all improved for sure, and some more than others, but I'm extremely impressed with the strides that MP